Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review. This is today by the exec consultant, and over here is Metalik Grand. What's going on this afternoon?
That's Metalik Grande.
Metalik
That's right.
Grande.
That's right. What's going on Popular Review universe?
So, because we're Metalik Grande, we need to have.
This is how I'd normally talk.
Oh, I never knew that after years of knowing you. Okay, amazing, amazing. Let's get right into
it. A great pay-per-view coming up. Not a PLE, not that shitty PLE.
Okay, well, it's an AEW pay-per-view, which means we have a lot of matches to talk about because that's what AEW does on their pay-per-view. They try to get you your money's worth. I can't say I fault them for that.
That's right. That's right. What EC, is it true that there's hold on a minute, I gotta look at my papers. 49 matches on this card?
No, it's 49 minus 40. It's only 9 matches on this card, believe it or not.
Only 9?
Only. I know that WWE's been doing like 6 or 7 lately, which I think is a little too little. I think 7 or 8 is the sweet spot.
You think it's gonna stop it? Like, we're recording this Friday afternoon. Like, you think it's gonna stop at 9, or are we gonna get like Dralistico versus Eddie Kingston added to the card?
Well, I will say this. I mean, we're taping this before Collision comes on. So
and the other one. What's the other garbage show that nobody watches?
You're talking about Rampage,
right? That's right.
Rampage is canceled today, I think.
Oh, is it?
Well, they tape it because Collision comes on tonight at 8.
I think they're running both of them back to back. Look at us. What kind of AEW fans are we? Hey guys, if you're watching in the chat, please make sure you drop a like or drop a comment. If you know when Collision is on, if you even care, is Collision canceled? Who knows? Nobody knows.
It's going to be very interesting to see Collision up against SmackDown tonight. I mean, the number one show for WWE against the last place show for AEW is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. But hey, we got a lot to cover. 9 matches, but by the time we finish this recording, it'll probably be 12 matches. So go ahead. EC, tell us.
Let's talk about 0 Hour, right? The first match to come on is going to be a 0 Hour. It's going to be MJF and a mysterious partner versus the Gun Club for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Do you have any idea who you think is going to be the special guest tag team partner?
You know, I've heard a lot of rumors about who this could be. It could be, Adam Cole's still injured, so it can't be him, right? Or maybe he's better. Who knows? Nobody knows. Samoa Joe is a big favorite. Everybody likes saying that it might be Samoa Joe, so it could be him. But you know me, when I do my picks, I like to be what's the word? Unorthodox. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna pick this guy that 2 weeks ago didn't want to do business. He didn't want to do the business, didn't want to get jobbed out to Commander because obviously he's an ex-WWE guy. So I'm going to pick Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik is going to be MJF's partner for AEW Full Gear 2023. Your thoughts? Go ahead.
Don't you think that's a tad underwhelming?
No, everybody, listen, he's a big listen, AEW, no jokes aside, is struggling in the ratings. They've been going down since they lost CM Punk. So they need a guy like Grand Metalik to, drive some viewers. Maybe if there's some, people in the Latino contingency, the Latinx contingency, just tuning around going, oh, what's on TV tonight?
When they not watch SmackDown for the Latino World Order, never mind. That's tonight. We'll talk about tomorrow. I apologize. Go ahead.
And Rey Mysterio is injured, so they got to be tuning around.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you sound like Ronald when he talks about Bad Guy Jack when he talks about the Huey to Guerrera thing. Like this will be so underwhelming. I think they might lose pay-per-view buys. Like people might call and say, "Hey, give me my money back. I don't want this pay-per-view."
Yeah. I like that you're trying to take me seriously. Like, I'm totally joking. You obviously
I mean, I don't know. You still predicted CJ Parker or Perry or what the hell her name is to win the Royal Rumble.
Lana. Her name is Lana.
Her name
the artist known as Lana.
Her name is CJ Perry. Now.
Everybody knows her as Lana.
I mean, everybody knows Miro is Rusev too, but,
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Samoa Joe. In all honesty, I think it's why is everybody so in the middle of this MJF feud? I feel like he's supposed to be in the main event with Will Ospreay, right? But he's hanging out with and dancing with Samoa Joe. Then it's this question about who's the devil. Where's Adam Cole? Is it Jungle Jack Perry? Who knows? There's too many. You know what, EC? This whole mask story, who's the devil? It's been going on for what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 months?
Just a little before Adam Cole got injured.
What's that? Right before the Israel and Palestine war? Yeah, I think a whole war started since this angle has taken to fruition. A whole war has started, and listen, who knows how things go? There might be a ceasefire. A war might end by the time this just came through and stopped, and we still don't know who the devil is. Thanks, Tony Khan.
Either way, hopefully it's Samoa Joe. I have a feeling it might actually be Wardlow, though. I think MJF might pull a swerve and pick Wardlow, but I think it is definitely going to be an enemy of his. Either way, it should be interesting. Who do you have coming out? Your Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
MJF is going to stick with whoever his champion, whoever his partner may be. It's either going to be, it could be Grand Metalik, it could be Samoa Joe, it could be Tony Khan for all we care. Whoever it is, it could be.
Tony Khan does not want to be an on-air character.
Regardless of that, what he wants, he is. That's the bottom line. I mean, MJF tonight, this Saturday night, Sunday night, whenever the show is, can come out with, there he goes. He can come out with, who's a famous little person wrestler from WrestleMania 3? Who's Lord Littlebrook? He could come out with Lord Littlebrook the third, because it'd be like 3 generations since 1986. He could come out with Lord Littlebrook and still be the ROH Tag Team Champion.
87. And I don't think that's a smart move.
I think it is.
Smart move. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it because we got a lot of other matches coming up. Let me go check this comments. What if the devil is a pile of dogs?
Listen, he'd still be the ROH Tag Team Champion. It could be that.
Until Adam Cole makes a complete comeback, I don't see them losing the championship. But let's go from the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships to the AEW World Tag Team Championship. As LFI faces Ricky Starks and Big Bill defending their tag team championships against also FTR and the House of Black.
You know who's going to take? Can you put that graphic back up? You know who's going to take the L, right? You know who's going to take the pin, right?
I would assume it's this guy in the mask.
The minorities. That's right. That's who's going to take the L.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying
no, but I'm saying it is we're going to get LFI. You know what LFI stands for?
I can't say that I do.
La Facción Ingobernable. And that's all you needed to say. They're going to lose, unfortunately. You know who's going to win this match?
I want to go with
what are they called as a tag team? It's not House of Black. They're called something additionally. What is it? Black Chair? Chairman Mao? No, I don't know. So
I'm only aware of House of Black. I don't know what
they're called something else.
You speak of.
No, they're called something else. I'll look it up. Black House, something
House
like
Black,
that. They called something black.
House of Black. No. Either way, I have Ring of Honor. I have FTR regaining the championship so they can go up against the Young Sucks. That's my belief.
Oh, terrible.
You disagree?
Yeah, I disagree because I mean the Young Bucks. We'll get to the Young Bucks when we talk about the Young Bucks match.
Okay, but who's walking out the champs?
I told you it's Team Black.
You really were serious? You really think the House of Black are going to win?
Yeah. They're going to win. I'm telling you, they're going to win.
Unlikely.
You'll see.
It's for a lot of championships this coming Saturday, as this one is for the TBS Championship, another triple threat match. Well, the other one was a fatal 4-way technically. Julia Hart versus Kris Statlander versus Skye Blue.
Can we go back to Wednesday night when there was Sky Blue? See, that's the name. Kings of the Black Throne. That's what Kings of Black. That's going to be the winners. They're going to win. This match, Sky Blue was in a match with Red Velvet. I love Tony Khan's booking because he got, hey, let's get this wrestler that has a color in their name versus this other wrestler that has another color in their name and put them together. And so they put them in a match. And good God, what an awful match. Red Velvet's been wrestling for a long time. Sky Blue's been wrestling for, I don't know how long. But together, you put their experience, and it's still inconsequential because a guy like Logan Paul is around, who's not a professional wrestler by trade, and he looks better in the ring. How is there like botches? You watched AEW. You do an AEW review. How did Sky Blue botch her finishing move?
She made a mistake. She's human.
No. You can't be making mistakes like that. It's showtime.
But it happens, Steve. All right. So
no, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. It's her finishing move, Chris. It's her finishing move. Like that's the move is supposed to be the best move out of all your moves. That's supposed to be the move that, like, when you go to the club, you got a finishing move, right, Chris?
It's a club. It's not a wrestling match, Steve.
You got a finishing move. When you on the wall and you're like this. That's your, and then you lock eyes and then you start dancing. That's the finishing move, right? You've perfected. You don't fuck that up. What's going on here? What's going on? Anyways, you know who's going to win this match? Julia Hart, because everybody loves Julia Hart.
I have Kris Statlander retaining still. I think it's going to lead into an additional program with Sky Blue and Julia Hart. But what? You agree?
No, that's you at the club.
Okay, all right. Enough of that. Kris Statlander, in my opinion, retains. Let's talk about the Young Bucks now. The Young Sucks are facing Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, with the caveat being that if the Young Sucks win, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega can no longer team together. But if the Young Sucks lose, their championship contender shot that they have will go to the Golden Jets. Your thoughts when it comes to this match?
My thoughts when it comes to this match. I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't think that in my years of wisdom and age on this planet have I been enthralled in a lot of drama with friends. But the way that Tony Khan books, everything is about, are you my friend? Are you not my friend? We're no longer friends. Here we go again. The Young Bucks have been stale for the last, 6 to 8 months? They haven't. What is the last thing of significance they've done?
Honestly, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe a little bit longer. They've won the championships, I think, recently. I think they at least won the Ring of Honor championships or the Trio championships.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
But they have not done anything that's like really relevant. I see what you're saying.
So they turned face. That was probably the most relevant that they've been the last several months. Now they're going to turn heel, right? And they're going to turn heel on the back of their friend Kenny Omega. And people are expecting this, but I'll ask you, EC, do you care? People watching in the YouTube, you care? Anybody care? Put it down in your comments.
I've never been a fan of the Young Sucks. I think they're a very overrated tag team. I give them credit for what they've done in the business, but I never found their matches entertaining or interesting. So I never liked seeing them in any kind of spotlight. So I can't agree. I wouldn't be the right person to ask this question to.
You like wrestling?
Well, yeah, of course. That's why we're doing the show. Yeah,
you're the perfect guy to ask.
I'm
Young Bucks are horrible. You know who's winning this is going to be the Golden Goose.
They're called the Golden Jets.
Why?
Well, I mean, I have no idea why they came up with that name. I mean, I know Kenny Omega's former team was called like the Golden Lover, and then I don't know, maybe Jets is some sort of rock and roll thing for Chris Jericho. I don't know.
The Golden Jets. I'm almost certain, Chris, and I'm gonna have to call him to find out. But my grandfather when he first came to this country, he was part of a street gang called the Golden Jets. This was back in the 1950s. I think this was a thing. You know, like back then, everybody was in a gang. You know. Have you watched West Side Story? Everybody's in a gang.
No, I've never seen that movie.
What? What's the matter with you? You do a movie reviews? You've never seen West Side Story?
I mean, just because I do movie reviews doesn't mean that I have to make sure.
In fact, there was the Sharks, and I think the other gang was the Jets, the Golden Jets. Maybe they like West Side Story. Maria.
That sounds like a musical. I mean, Chris Jericho is in
it is a musical.
Chris Jericho's heavy into music.
Trashy music.
Maybe you haven't heard of Judas. Anyway, you said the Golden Jets is going to win. I think the Young Bucks are going to win. There we go.
You call me? What you call me? Judas?
A match I'm really looking forward to is for the International Championship. That is Orange Cassidy defending his championship against the person he lost it to originally a couple months ago, and that is one Jon Moxley. Your thoughts on the build-up in this match and who you think is going to come out still international champ?
Listen, I think Orange Cassidy has been buried by this guy, Jon Moxley. About 2 months ago, this idiot Moxley, and you know, I'm not going to mince words. I can't stand this Moxley guy. I've said this many a time on this program. This guy got dropped like 3 times on his head, so much that he forgot where he was in the middle of a match and had to drop his belt to Rey Fenix. And I guess dropping this Neanderthal on his skull multiple times gave him Samoan superpowers, because now he is invincible against Orange Cassidy's Superman punch. So this builds the story. Some AEW fans might say drama, that how's he going to beat him if he can't use his finishing move? Kris, I don't care. This guy's a Neanderthal, Moxley. I hope he runs into one of the corners and knocks himself out. Orange Cassidy just might as well bring the kitchen sink, hit him over the head. Listen, his brain is scrambled anyway. So any major, brain contusion will, knock him out. You're on mute.
I'm a little amazed here. And I was already having my head was a headache. I remember one classic episode of UPR when you used to do the AEW show, where a former colleague of ours, used to have headaches being on the show with you because you say stuff like that. And I'm starting to see why. Okay. Jon Moxley had an accident. Apparently you don't believe in accidents that can happen, right? Jon Moxley had an accident. He hurt himself, and that kind of derailed the story. I think the AEW has done a tremendous job of trying to push the story forward by having Orange Cassidy and I think I talked to Bad Guy Jack about this, having to have some kind of edge where he's almost turning heel because he's so upset after the fact that he had such a long international championship reign with banger after banger. I told you, he is one of my contenders for Wrestler of the Year. And he sees this obstacle that he can't overcome, so he knows he has to go a different direction in order to beat him, which is why he's become more aggressive, why he becomes angry. And the fact of the matter is that Jon Moxley seems to be this hump that he can't get over. Not even his orange punch has been able to topple the mountain that is Jon Moxley, which is why Jon Moxley's just kicked his ass every single week they've got into the ring together over the last few weeks. And Jon Moxley just pretty much said, hey, I'm going to take this title from you. You're a joke. You're nothing. It's putting him over. It's the John Cena way of doing things, actually. And I think Orange Cassidy's going to get that victory that he so deserves tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Jon Moxley is going to take the L, and still your international champion is going to be one Orange Cassidy.
I'll never pick Jon Moxley to win anything. Not the lotto, not at life, nothing. I can't stand this guy, Jon Moxley. So yeah, Orange Cassidy's going to win, and I hope he brings the kitchen sink, knocks this guy out. I can't believe that you said that this man knocked himself out as an accident. He got dropped on his head 2 times, and then.
But that wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no. But the 3rd time was because he was alert enough to be like, no, drop me again. So let's not give him too much credit. Again, we're talking about Jon Moxley. He had a TV explode in his hand because he's an idiot. Go ahead. Steve is in shock. I'm in shock all the time. You're on mute.
I'm in shock over Cap's comment of this. I'm hoping Moxley wins to save us from another long, boring reign. It's not a long, boring reign. Orange. Okay. Let's talk about the next match.
Let's talk about the next match.
Hangman Page. What the hell? Where did that come from? I'm so
excited about this match.
Texas Death Match. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. A lot of people are looking forward to this match, especially after Wednesday and that dynamic face-to-face off that they had in the ring, which led to Hangman Adam Page attacking Prince Nana, not to mention Prince Nana and Swerve breaking into a parentless home where talking to a baby. What are your thoughts when it comes to this match?
I think this is the world's worst. If there's an award at the end of the year for worst booking decisions, it's got to be for this build, because there's nothing but stereotypical racial tropes throughout this entire angle. And I don't care if Swerve signed off on this. This is horrible. You got a black man, young black man in Swerve and Prince Nana. First, they breaking into this guy's house. So they got to do foolishness of that nature. Why? I'm sorry. Was it in Swerve's booking since he started in AEW that he breaks into places, that he does things, tries to snatch up babies? Does he do that? No. But all of a sudden, when he faces this guy, a guy so coincidentally named Hangman, is when we start talking about, hey, let's have Swerve do some wild shit like, I don't know, break into a house and try to steal a baby. What kind of racist bullshit booking is this? And then, Kris, so that's number one. Number two, we get this promo on Wednesday night. They're in the ring. And Adam Page is hot. Adam Page is going off and saying, you broke into my house. You almost stole my baby. Listen, you seen the look on this baby? Nobody wants to steal this baby. It's Adam Page's baby, for Christ's sake. And the man goes, all you do is smoke weed. Yet another racial trope. You smoke weed and you buy it from underage kids. What kind of bullshit is this, Christopher? Huh? This is AEW. So in the LFI match, mark my words, the Latino's going to lose. And in this match, Swerve's going to lose because of some bullshit nonsense about, we got to get to the third match. The dust off. I can't stand it. You know who I'm hoping wins this match? Swerve. And I hope he beats the living daylights out of this guy named Hangman. He's going to beat the shit out of Hangman for the people, for the culture.
What people are you talking about? That was why I want to know. Okay.
You know.
I don't know what racial undertone just happened. Our people. Okay. I don't know what kind of racial undertone you just made out of that. I don't know how you spent all of that, but you did a very good job. The bottom line is it's been a really good feud. Swerve, I'm trying to get revenge on Hangman for costing him a opportunity at the International Championship or TNT Championship, whichever championship it was. But it was very, very good. I've liked it. I love the animosity. Hangman reminds you why he's a former world champion, even though he's still the worst one, but he still reminds you why he's a former world champion. I loved every minute of it. I don't know what this man's talking about. Yes, Dr. Umar is on the next line, Steve. Please answer. He loved your talking points. I bet.
Of course.
Yeah, Steve had upgraded on the house. That's why we took forever to do the show, because he was moving into this. I live
in this house. I live in this house. If AEW was booking me, I would be trespassing.
Let's talk about the next match. It is a 3-on-3 match. It is one Edge, Sting, Darby Allin versus Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. Yes, I know they have different names in some of these people, but who cares? That's the match. That's what's going down. What is your thoughts and opinions when it comes to this match?
Hold up a second. Can you put that graphic back up? Yo, what is the guy this dude with Christian? Luchasaurus? Who's this guy? No, the other guy.
I'm afraid to tell you, it's Nick Wayne. His name is right there, Chris.
No, his name is that dude is not Nick Wayne. That's Timothy Chalamet. He's that dude from Dune, and he's gonna play Willy Wonka in a couple months. What's he doing in AEW? He just hosted Saturday Night Live. This Timothy Chalamet.
First of all, Nick Wayne is 18 years old, and he's Christian.
So is Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. Your thoughts on this match?
What thoughts do I have on this match? I can't stand this match. Nobody. This man came in. Edge, Adam Copeland came in with such fanfare, and then
was that the fanfare? That was the fanfare.
That's the fanfare. Right. He came in with such fanfare, and then now his fanfare is like he's the third man in this match. Nobody cares. RIC Flair is also part of it. He's gonna be at ringside, and I'm gonna tell you right here. I'm about to drop an unpopular review exclusive for you all. Unpopular review exclusive. This is the ending of the match. RIC Flair is going to be in the corner of Sting, and in usual RIC Flair fashion, he's going to turn on Sting, cost him his first match on AEW. These three faces are going to lose, and RIC Flair is going to leave. Why? Because he wants to get with Nick Wayne's mom. Bang. Thank you. RIC Flair.
You know, I really was taking you seriously. I really thought that actually was a possibility. You were giving a good storyline there, and then you had to bring a good storyline. You had to bring Nick Wayne's mom into it. Okay.
Come on, Chris. RIC Flair likes the ladies. If that happens, you owe me a drink at Royal Rumble.
I mean, that's fine because it's not going to happen. But I really was taking you seriously. Like, hey, you know what? He might be onto something. I can see that happening.
Yeah. See, Shay agrees. 100.
No, she's talking about this. That's what she's talking about. Old versus older, yeah. Edge, way to go with new matches. What the F? That's what Cap agrees with. Mike Knox. Let's go ahead. 2 more matches left, believe it or not. To the world title.
We went through 9 already? No, we didn't.
7 already. Yeah. We went through 7 already. Let's go ahead and talk about for the AEW.
See? No, I agree with Steve. See? You know what, Shay? You're the unpopular review.
Cap's already disappointed me. First of all, I'm already upset with Cap because on her Instagram, she put how much she loved Robert Pattinson's Batman. So when she said that, she lost all credibility and respect because that is the worst Batman movie I've ever seen. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So anybody who says it was good lost all credibility. So it doesn't surprise that she agrees with you. It doesn't surprise me at all.
How dare you?
AEW Women's World Championship. The Hikaru Shida, your AEW Women's World Champion, 3-time World Women's Champion, is up against, challenging or defending against Timeless Toni Storm. And hey, I will tell you, Timeless Toni Storm, I think it's her time Saturday night to get it. Yes, I agree.
Oh, you're talking about the belt. I was talking about something completely different. Listen, what do I always say on this show? Whenever I'm on AEW, I'm talking to you about AEW and talking about Shida. What do I always say to you, Chris? Every time I say this to you, I'm going to say it again, time and time again. Nobody gives a Shida about Shida, and that's why she's going to lose. Timeless Toni Storm is on the come up, on the rise, and Shida is on the way out.
Well,
see you later, Shida.
I mean, her title rank, yes, is on the way out. I wouldn't say she's on the way out, but Toni,
she's on the way out.
It would be a huge mistake for All Elite Wrestling not to give her the World Championship because her storyline has been good. Her character has been good. It's honestly of the women's division has been by far, like not even close, the best work of any woman right now as far as character work.
Listen, you got to give a lot of credit to any wrestling talent, any wrestling performer, any wrestling athlete that can put over Luther. Kudos. You deserve a title belt for that. Good job.
Either way, loved it. Loved her segment on Wednesday, even though it was small and brief, but she's just very, very good. She needs that championship. Is her time. I was upset. I went to the AEW Dynamite episode where she actually lost the women's title to Hikaru Shida.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was sorry too. But no offense to Dan the Man because I was with him, but it was not a good show. But we're going to go ahead and run it back when they come in here in Orlando in December. So looking forward to that. Watch out for the shoe, says one Jeffrey. But it looks like everybody's in agreement. Tony Storm wins. So we'll go on to the main event of the night, which is for the AEW World Championship for the men's. MJF defending his championship against the person who has his title, Jay White. Your thoughts?
Listen, Jay White feels so irrelevant in this feud. Like, I know more about what's going on between MJF and the Devil, MJF and Adam Cole, MJF and Roderick Strong. I know more about MJF and Samoa Joe. MJF is winning this match. Makes no sense that they got all these guys swirling around MJF only for him to lose this title to Jay White. Jay White needs to run out of AEW as fast as he can because they just made this man, again, he also came in with a lot of fanfare and then also became a flop. So there you go. Let's get him into a title match so nothing happens. What happens after? I'll ask you this question because I know you're going to pick MJF, Chris. What happens to Jay White after he gets buried after this match?
Well, first of all, you're wrong. I don't see Jay White getting buried after this match. Now, granted, he's going to get out of the world title picture. That's a definite. I actually would try right now, if you want to keep him in the world title picture, say, hey, I didn't get this championship, but I'm going to go after the Ring of Honor World Championship. And then try to make that title and possibly company relevant and then act like it was just a complete waste of $30 million. But anyway, so I disagree. I feel like Jay White's been very entertaining. I feel like he's been very interesting. I was not a fan of Jay White coming into the company. I was like, okay, he's okay, but he ain't all that. I feel like since he joined up with the Gun Club and he's been doing this thing with MJF, he's been really, really entertaining and really, really the interest of this feud, along with the Devil, along with Samoa Joe, along with Warlow and the Acclaim. Like every component in this feud, I've been a big fan of. I've loved. It's one of the reasons why I'm actually looking forward to going to AEW Dynamite in a couple of weeks. It's one of the reasons why I actually don't mind doing the AEW show on Wednesdays. This is all the components. Everybody, even Adam, Roderick Strong, everybody has played their part very, very well in this feud. It's one of my favorite feuds in wrestling right now. I'm looking forward to this match. But yeah, MJF is going to win. Has to win.
There's two things that we need to talk about before we wrap up this prediction show. One, before AEW Dynamite started on Wednesday night, Tony Khan made a tweet. No, there wasn't a special announcement, but it was special announcement adjacent. He promoted that there was going to be a special signee, someone that the AEW fans respected and was one of the best wrestlers in the world. Who do you think is this mystery signee? Wrestling Inc. or Fightful has already said it's not Mercedes, so it's not Sasha Banks. And Will Ospreay. Is it Will? Yeah. I got my Will Ospreay and Jay White's confused earlier. My apologies to both of those vanilla midgets. So we know it's not a WWE guy. I see Shay throwing up Dolph Ziggler in the comments. We don't see anybody that was recently released from WWE until close to Christmas. So who can it be? Can't be Will Ospreay. He's in New Japan for a month or two. Who is it? Who?
Well, the only person I can possibly see.
Who?
And I don't know everybody. They've disputed almost everybody that you can think of, right? So it's probably going to be a disappointment. Is maybe Okada is officially signed with them?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the only thing I could possibly see at this point. Besides that, I don't know anyone unless it's Ryback. But he said somebody that's mutually respected AEW. So right. That's the only person I can think of at this point is Okada.
You guys said this almost simultaneously. Unbelievable. Great minds think alike.
The biggest name I can think of that's not a WWE superstar that can still sign.
What about I think it's going to be Grand Metalik. They're going to sign Grand Metalik. That's going to be the big guy. He's going to be a big name. The guys respect him. AEW fans respect him.
Grand Metalik and Juventud Guerrero are not people that's going to move any needles the opposite direction of lower. Like, it's just not going to happen. It will be
no. The Mexican contingency is coming. They coming, Papa.
You are aware that if Grand Metalik walks out there, first of all, people will be like, who in the arena? Right?
They come. No, they're gonna say, "Oh my God, Rey Mysterio's here," and they'll be like, "Oh wait, that's not Rey Mysterio."
No, that's gonna be the casual fan, right? I'm talking about somebody who actually knows wrestling. They're gonna see him. They're gonna be like, "Oh, who the fuck is that?" Until they actually announce his Grand Metalik. Then it's gonna be a quiet entrance after the collective sigh of what the hell, like, oh my God, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna sound like when the LWO comes out without Rey Mysterio. It's gonna be really, really, really silent.
Do you think it's going to be Julia? What about Julia? Everybody loves Julia.
No.
It took you a minute. What were you thinking about?
I had to think about who the freak that was for a second. And then when the picture popped in my head. No, it's not.
What about if Ronda?
I forgot about that. That's actually my front runner right now. I think they did snatch Ronda.
But do you think Ronda is respected by the AEW fans?
I think Ronda
was barely respected by the WWE fans.
Correct, but at the same time, why would I, as a promoter, sit here and say, "Oh, we just hired somebody"? I would have to make it sound bigger, but he didn't want to use the word major announcement or anything like that because he's being clowned like hell, especially after the All Out announcement. So, All In announcement. So, I think actually Ronda's probably my front runner right now. It's probably Ronda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it could be Okada. I'm in line.
Okada's number 2 for me. Okada's number 2 for me, but I think it's Ronda.
I think it's going to be a guy that's already been on AEW television.
That's why he says respected by AEW.
Right. So that's why he's been.
Maybe they signed officially Rob Van Dam
or Vikingo. Vikingo's another one.
No, please God. See, you have to have somebody who's going to get people talking for 5 minutes. And
Vikingo, he's a draw. Remember when him and Omega drew like what is it?
20,000
300 people. 2 people.
No, he's not. He's not it. He's not it. I'm going Ronda, Okada, Rob Van Dam.
Okada. Ronda and Okada are going to be a tag team.
Possibly. They both hurt people.
That's true. Where's Daniel Bryan in this card?
Daniel Bryan's not on this card because Daniel Bryan's injured. He'll be back in about 2-3 weeks.
What's his injury?
He orbital bone.
Concussed.
No, it was not concussion. It was an orbital bone.
The man can't fly.
It was an orbital bone. What makes you think it was concussion? They announced it was an orbital bone.
Can't
he
fly.
has a bandage on his eye.
He can't fly. I can put a bandage on my eye right now and say I'm not concussed, but every time I watch AEW, I feel like I got concussed.
Well, that's a personal problems, Big Daddy Cool, because nobody else would say something like that. AEW, Dynamite, and Collision especially have been putting on quality shows for the last few weeks.
I think you need to go back to Romer's dictionary or something like that and figure out what Romers, whoever, English, whatever the closest
Webster's.
Webster.
Is that what you're trying to say?
The King James version of dictionary?
That's a Bible. Like, what do
you can do whatever you want to do. Whatever book you need to pick up, because your definition of quality is definitely not my version and definition of quality.
I mean, you said the ratings went down. I mean, that's somewhat true. Their attendance has definitely gone down, but
somewhat.
I find the show to be quite entertaining. I'm thoroughly enjoying Dynamite and Collision. I remember it's on each and every single week, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is.
It is what it is. Who's the devil?
Devil's Adam Cole. Has to be Adam Cole. I mean, you could try to put a Swerve on it, but it only makes sense for it to be Adam Cole.
But the devil is walking around.
Right. Adam Cole can walk around. He just can't wrestle.
Can he? Can he though? How the term spaghetti legs? Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, because you described it against Adam Cole, I think yesterday or Wednesday.
Yeah, every time I talk about Adam Cole, his name is Spaghetti Legs. But not like Gorilla Monsoon used to say it. You know how like he would be like Monsoon. Sorry. I told you I watched AEW, so I'm concussed. So Gorilla Monsoon would use it in a fashion to be like, "Oh, he's on spaghetti legs," meaning like you're wobbling,
like it's
right?
typing like you're talking.
And so you think of like that type of like when you cook spaghetti, it's soft spaghetti, right? Like wiggly legs, right? When I mention spaghetti legs, it's like dry pasta. So like when you drop like
Crack.
2 things of spaghetti, they easily there you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
You're
for
wrong.
Explaining
Adam Cole is a talented wrestler, and I won't stand for this slander. I do believe Collision is the best AEW show in my opinion as well, which is why we're doing a review show for it in a couple weeks, starting in a couple weeks. Look forward to that. That's going to be hosted by one Captain Shay Sawyer, along with 2 other hosts that we'll announce at a later date. Maybe we'll see if you want to pop on that show too. Got a lot of shows on Saturday coming up.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, as long as I'm not concussed by AEW, I'll be there.
Watch the product. It's a very good product.
No, I'm not watching the product because every time I watch that nonsense, I go, what the hell am I doing? I got better things to do with my 2 hours, EC. What do I got to tune in and watch Skye Blue do her finishing move and then flop it? Like, what kind of professional wrestling is that? That's not professional. There's nothing professional there. Moxley gets dropped on his head 3 times. He gets concussed multiple times in 1 match. And then he has the gall to come out weeks later and go, we need better medical attention for wrestling. Like there needs to be a wrestler next to the doctor by ringside. Shut up, idiot. How about you not wrestle anymore? How about that? This comes from the same guy that said, hey, Brock, you know what would be a good match? Me hitting you with the sink. Shut up, Moxley. He's an idiot.
You're getting all this from some issues you have with Moxley, which I never understood, I might add. Ever.
I just said it. I explained it. Why do you talk AEW? Because it gets my blood pressure boiling. That's why. I need to get ramped up. I was doing all right. And then Kris said, hey, buddy, you want to do a show? And then I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'll hang out with you,
do the
bro.
prediction shows, AEW and WWE. We have to do a prediction show for Survivor Series next week. Granted, I'm going to Survivor Series, so we got to figure out better because I'll be in Chicago on Friday. So we have to figure out a better way to do this.
Let's do a Survivor Series recap right
now. No, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with our final thoughts. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
Paul Wight came out. He was wearing a suit. He can barely walk as it is, so I just didn't understand.
So here's what they did. Here's what I thought AEW did well, but if you're a smart, intelligent wrestling fan, shout out to Mike Knox. If you're an intelligent wrestling fan, you knew what was going on, right? So Paul Wight comes out in the suit so you don't see his knees are really taped up and braced up. And he had to walk to the middle of the stage. He couldn't walk down on the ramp and have everybody attack him. And then they quickly shoved him off to the backstage area so the fans don't see him. Quickly shoved him off. I completely forgot he was there. They had him there. Somebody attacked him. He beat him up real quick. Then while he was attacking that person, another person came and attacked him, so he still doesn't have to move. Slaps his chest. Then they fight to the back. They fight in the parking lot, so now the camera action can work, and you don't see the Big Show still can't move. Because when he got to backstage, what you didn't see was that it was Tony Khan was there with a wheelchair, and then they gave it to him, and then he wheeled his ass over to the parking lot, stood up like he actually walked there. Realistically speaking, you know his ass ain't walked there. Big Show can't walk, right? And then they had to do that segue with Powerhouse Hobbs in order to take the everything off of the fact that Powerhouse Hobbs had to hobble back in the ring, but Big Show can't make it to the ring. So let's get this injury angle going. That's what happened during that.
It's called movie magic. Well, my thought was he didn't want to have to bend his knees to get in the ring, so he's like, let me just walk a little bit, and then like it's a street fight, so let me go to the street where I don't have to bend to get into anything.
That's the AEW review show, usually hosted by Sheriff and Dan the Man, sometimes hosted by myself as well as Bad Guy Jack, every single Wednesday immediately after.
Do you show up after Dynamite? Yeah. Do you show up after Dynamite when Dynamite doesn't put you to sleep?
So, legit, my favorite host just unhinged, mine too, and I'm a host. Steve is hilarious. He was wearing a suit and could barely walk. Help, LOL. Oh, the Sheriff is hilarious. That backdrop is... He flopped like a beach well. It seemed like he hurt himself. And on that,
what was he thinking? What was Big Show thinking?
I want to be a part of this match. No, he wanted to be a part of the match. He felt the itch. He wanted to get back involved. They said, "Hey, this is what we're going to do." Tony Khan said, "We got you." He said, "Look, I can't make it down the ramp. I can't climb the stairs. I can't get in the ring. What can we do? Tony Khan said I have a wheelchair and some cameras. And then Powerhouse Hobbs is going to body slap you on his car. And he said, "Oh, that seems like a good idea." And I can't.
So what you're saying is Tony Khan authorized a handicapped man to get body slammed.
Well, when you put it that way, Big Daniel.
Yes. Go ahead. No, I didn't. Let's correct this. I did not put it that. I didn't book that shit. Tony Khan did. Your savior, Tony Khan. That's right. That's how I do every Wednesday at around 8:05. Every Wednesday at 8:05. That's it.
Dynamite's a great show. I still disagree with you on that, but hey, that's your personal opinion. Wait, let me get some final thoughts when it comes to Full Gear coming up.
My final thoughts?
Yeah, your final thoughts. Full Gear.
I mean,
AEW went to a monthly pay-per-view format, much like WWE has, even though WWE has been cutting their pay-per-views. So we got another pay-per-view next month for AEW. It's called Wrestle Dream. Not Wrestle Dream. It's called World's End.
That's right. And I can only hope that it's the company's end after that, because I mean, Jesus Christ. What are we booking here? We got racial tropes being booked. What haven't we said this episode? We've covered it all, Chris. We've got racial tropes. We got minorities being jobbed. What else? Nobody gives a shit about Shida. This is
it's all about Thomas Toni Storm.
Ronda Rousey, please. You're the only one that can save this. You're the only one that can save this pay-per-view, because everybody knows what's happening.
You know, I don't want Ronda Rousey in AEW. One, I think she's too big for the company. Two, if she joins AEW, Timeless Toni Storm, I feel sorry for you.
She should. Isn't Ronda the reason that Toni Storm ran away? Like,
no, Charlotte was the reason that Toni Storm
that's right. Charlotte pie-faced her.
Oh, Charlotte took it also, but Charlotte was not the biggest Toni Storm fan, so she did not do a lot of stuff that Toni Storm wanted to do, because Charlotte has a lot of pull. So.
That's right, as she should. She's the greatest of all time.
Okay, Mike.
Mike's right. What have we said it all? What are your final thoughts?
I think it's going to be a really good pay-per-view. I think, honestly speaking, this might be one of, if not the most anticipated pay-per-view AEW has ever done for me. I look forward to almost every What? You look like you want to. Okay.
Sorry, I had to burp.
Oh, okay. It looked like
AEW gives me gas.
I'm really looking forward. Now, the only problem is I'm going to have to watch it a little bit later, everybody, because my wrestling match is tomorrow, and I got to be in the ring beating up some jabroni. But when that is over, I'm going right to back home, and I'm going to watch that pay-per-view, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of it, because it's going to be a fire pay-per-view. Looking forward to it. Don't think it's going to be better than Survivor Series, but that's because I'm going to be biased, because I'll be sitting there right there at Survivor Series.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey's probably the only thing that can help AEW at this point. I mean, other than, I don't even think Mercedes showing up could pull ratings above 1 million. Ronda might. Only for
Ronda or Sasha can, but I don't think it'll be a sustained million.
I think there's only one man that can save AEW.
I swear, if you say Grand Metalik, I'm going to play the music and be done with the show right now.
No, I'm not. You know what? I commit to you. I'm going to be real with you. It's not Grand Metalik. This is not a joke. There's only one man. One man. This man just found a windfall of money. This man is the only man that can draw ratings, get AEW relevant again, and kick Tony Khan's ass right out of the booking chair. And that's one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. The man just cashed out $600 million worth of TKO stock, some of which I picked up. And I'm telling you, Vince is the only guy that can draw over 1 million people onto AEW.
Yeah, but why would Vince show up to the competition? He's still a shareholder.
He's bitter. I don't give a damn. Maybe he took his $6 million and bought AEW. How about that? Hey, sucker.
If Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor for $30 million, I think AEW is worth more than $6 million.
Listen, maybe his pops said, hey, Bring me back some cash, flunky. That's how I rumor. I hear that's how he calls his son. He's like, "Hey, flunky, what are you doing with that wrestling garbage?"
I think he's a fan of his son's product.
I don't know who's been telling you that.
They're very happy about that. They're very happy about the Jacksonville Jaguars, who seems to be a contender for the playoffs. Like,
don't talk to me about the Jaguars. I don't want to hear about the Jaguars.
Well, you shouldn't want to hear about any team considering the city you're from and the fact that both their teams are.
And you need to stop. All right, you just because you riding high because you a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You and these what's this guy? The Elite Four. What do you call each other when you on this show? Doing the sports show.
Oh, the Dynasty Corner.
Dynasty Corner.
Which you can watch every single Tuesday at 9 o'clock p.m. where we do our predictions for the football week on Unpopular Review Sports on YouTube.
That's right. Go look that up.
Right. Imagine LMAO, Tony goes, the new signing is me. Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That would not.
He's going to be the devil. It's going to be, it's me.
It's me. Yeah. God, I hope not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for myself as well as Natalie Grand, better known as Big Daddy Cool.
Grande.
I don't have that accent. I apologize. Stop being racist. I will see you, and he will see you right here next. Actually, tomorrow will be a Raw SmackDown review show with myself, Bad Guy Jack, as well as the Mark Victor Rodriguez. Looking forward to that. So we will see you right here next time on Unpopular.